Let's talk freedom. Let's talk freedom. Let's talk get into a bag. Let's talk 2026 game plan. Let's talk how to change your life, literally. But what I was saying is, I was having a conversation earlier today with one of my friends, and we were having a discussion about how hard it is for people to create income online or even just in a side business, period. Like, I don't think I've really realized how hard I have worked and hustled at creating extra income to grow my businesses over the years. Like, I always just figure out how to get it done. Like, whatever amount of money I need to make every month, I make it happen. And I never really realized that a lot of work goes into creating a business, because at the end of the day, when you decide to start a business, right, the difference in a business and a job, when you work a job, you apply for that job. They give you set time to come in, when you're going to leave. I know we're not talking about overtime. We're talking about your time that you're supposed to be to work, right? When you get hired for that job, you know what job you're supposed to do. You know what your hours are supposed to be. You know when you take your break. You know all of that. And if you don't know the job, you have on-the-job training, right? And that's your job. Your job is to master that job with the goal of excelling to get a better job within the same job or change jobs. And for the most part, most people stay on that path pretty much all of their life, unless they get to a point to where they're running into having a hard time staying on the job, not liking what they're doing, not liking how they're being treated, not liking the money they're making. Something causes you to change to another job. And 9 times out of 10, you go through the process again. You go interview, get another job, making more money, whatever, right? But when you are an entrepreneur, you're everything. You got to figure everything out. And the biggest thing about entrepreneurship is marketing. You got to understand how to get in front of people. Like, that is where most people who choose to make money in whatever else you're doing outside of your traditional job, that is where they fail. Because I know people who start businesses and they have a very small marketing budget. How do you think you're going to get people in the door? Word of mouth only goes so far. So I see some people saying some things over here on TikTok. So what's up, y'all, on TikTok? So I'm sorry I'm not looking directly at y'all, but it doesn't look like hardly anybody is on here. Hey, what's up, Danny? But so what I'm saying is, as an entrepreneur, there are a lot of moving parts to creating income, and it can be extremely stressful. It can be, very challenging to try to figure out the pieces to the puzzle. Like, when you are an entrepreneur, depending on the job, you got to figure it out. You are the boss. You are the marketing. You are the finance, the manager. You're everything. When you are an entrepreneur, you are every position. And if you do not have the money to hire a person to do a specific part of your job, then guess what? That's your job. You got to do that. And so I think this year, I'm not going to say this year, because this year is we're only 10 days in this year. But I will say, over the last couple of 3, 4, 5 weeks, I've really been sitting down, doing a lot of research, doing a lot of inner work, working on some things. And I realized that a lot of people who are struggling, like, I'm in some Facebook groups, right? And I see people every single day in these groups trying to figure out how to make money, how to make things work, how to do this, how to do that. And then you have those that complain about not wanting to spend money for courses or mentorship. And they're asking people, well, how can I do this? How can I do that? Listen, the best thing that I can tell you to do, and this is somebody who, I have a master's degree in marketing and communication, right? Literally, the best thing you can do is to go to Google and YouTube University and find the people that you relate to. Because you know what? As I've been building out the system that I'm building out, I'm going to be hosting a 2-day live training with me to teach you how to stack from scratch. Literally, that is what it's called, stack from scratch. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. And I'm going to have a live. It's going to be 2 days. And if you want the VIP, it's going to come with, I'm not going to tell you what it's coming with because I'm finalizing it. And I'm going to teach you guys, and it comes with 3 days. The VIP is 3 days. So I'm going to be teaching you guys, literally answering questions. I have been a full-time entrepreneur for 18 years. I have not clocked into nobody's job. It'll be 18 years next month. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited for where I'm headed this year. It has been an extremely challenging time for me to get to where I am. And it feels so good and so, I can't even put into words how great I feel starting a year off in this place where I am, because normally it takes me a minute to get, I come into a year in a funk. And you know, if you come into a year in a funk, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to struggle throughout that entire year and be in a funk. So this year, I did not come in a funk. This year, I allowed everything that hurt me, that caused me pain, the grief that I've battled, all of that stayed in 2025. If you did not make it into 2026 with me, then guess what? You standing back in them back years, and I'm good. And listen, I understand we all evolve, right? Sometimes we are in circles that we can't get past because you know what? We're trying to hold on to things that's holding us back. And the moment we let those things go and we release, then we start to see things to get better for us. But guess what? We didn't realize that what we was trying to hold on to and what we was trying to make work, it wasn't for us. And sometimes we have to go through some really tough times, some really dark times to understand that you got to let some things go. Like everything, like I'm notorious for trying to make it work. But baby, once I realized that it ain't going to work, this is like I was doing a puzzle with my grandson the other night. He was trying to put a circle into the square or one of the shapes into it. It wasn't going. And he finally was like, okay, this is not working. He picked up another piece and it fit perfectly. And he was clapping and we both was clapping. And I was laughing because he was getting so frustrated trying to put that one piece in that puzzle. And I wasn't saying nothing. I wasn't helping him. I was letting him figure it out. But guess what? When he figured it out, he was so happy that he figured it out and it went in with no problem. So we have to apply that to our life. A lot of us, we try to force things, people, situations, friendships, relationships, jobs. Like literally, we have to be more like focused on what we want, because at the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. Yeah, like some of us are so loyal to other people and outside sources that we lose ourselves being loyal to other people. No, you got to put you first. Put the oxygen mask on you, because guess what? I promise you, whoever you being loyal to, whoever you are literally trying to please and trying to make things work, I promise you, they won't hesitate to put the oxygen mask on themselves when it comes to you. And so many people allow other people to control their, like what they're dealing with. You're putting their thoughts, their emotions, everything first instead of you. And it's okay to be okay. It's okay to be about you. It's okay. And so I have been building out a lot of things over here, and it's not even all of the pieces are done. And that's what I was telling my friend today. I was like, you know what? I finally realized why so many people struggle to make money online. You have people that talk and bash network marketing companies. Listen, at the end of the day, all of these different opportunities, unless it's a true SCAM, unless it is a real SCAM, which there are not a lot of those. And I mean, some of the ones that are around, to me, if you use common sense, you won't lose your money. Like sometimes people hit us up. Like I get hit up in my inbox about different things all the time. I don't click on no links. Depending on who it is messaging me and what they're saying, like you got to be precautious. Like I got an email the other day telling me that one of the programs that I'm a part of was merging with another company. And they told me to click this link. If I wasn't, the diligent type of person that I am, I went and did a lot of research and I actually sent it to the company because it looked so real. And there's no telling how many people actually clicked on that link without doing any due diligence. And that's how accidents happen. That's how people get got. You got to do your due diligence when you are looking to invest, when you are looking to grow businesses online. You got to make sure that you are partnering with somebody that can help you. Like as long as a person is, let's say you are learning a new skill, right? And you got levels 1 through 10. If you are a level 5, right, you can teach a level 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and possibly some 5s. But you're going to be learning from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10s, right? So those 0 through 5s or 0 through 4s, they got a process to go, and you're going to continue to grow. And that's with everything. If you take that and apply that to so many different things, like it's so many people that feel like, I can't learn from such and such, or I can't learn from this type of person. You got to find who you can learn from, because There's like when I'm looking for things on YouTube or whatever, I come across so many videos. I might listen to somebody's voice. Like somebody watching this right now, be like, she got an annoying voice. Okay, I'm not the coach for you. But then somebody else might be like, you know what? I feel her. I can hear her. I relate to her. I love her personality. That is why you have influencers. You got some people that have never met an influencer, a celebrity, or somebody in their entire life, but they ride or die for a person that they ain't never met. Why do you think that is? That's because their vibe, their aura, their personality, who they come across as, they're relatable, they're likable, they're lovable. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that everybody, in my opinion, has the ability to be an influencer. Literally, you do. But not everybody wants what comes with being an influencer. And when I say influencer, that's because you're going to be put in the spotlight. You got some people that's super detectives. They're going to go look up everything. So before you start getting on this internet, running your mouth, talking crazy, make sure you ain't got no skeletons in the closet that you don't want to come out. So I'm just saying, like, it is so many ways. I still don't see no viewers. It says 0 up here, TikTok. So that's why I'm glad I came live, because I know they're tracking how long you stay live. They are tracking that. But listen, I just need y'all to understand that I am rebuilding. I am in the process of the rebirth, rebuild, refocus. And it's a little wobbly in the beginning. But the good thing is I know exactly what to do to build a marketing presence. And like I was telling somebody yesterday, if you do not have, listen, if you are trying to grow a business, I don't care what the business is. I don't care what it is. You must have a marketing budget. It's either 2 different ways you're going to market your business. Either you're personally going to market the business, or you're going to pay to market the business. That's your options. Pay or, do it yourself. I'm going to tell you from experience, like I'm sitting here right now. I see it says I've been on here 17 minutes. When I tell you my back, it is on fire right now. And I'm probably going to get off in a couple of minutes because it's really, really hurting me bad. But guess what? It's been hurting me for like 10 minutes. And you can't even tell. See, that's called pushing through, right? Like, that's what you have to do in life when you want something so bad. Like, I have been literally pouring into my mindset. Let me tell you something. For whoever, if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay or whatever, listen, when we're going through things, it is very hard for you to get the inspiration where you're in the midst of pain, grief, trauma, hurt. It's hard for you to get the inspiration. That's why so many people suffer from sadness, depression for so long. I've been sad and depressed for years. I've been battling it for years. But you got to really finally call it what it is, acknowledge it, start journaling, start talking to yourself, stop telling everybody everything, stop trusting everybody, because I promise you, the people that you think is your friends, they're not. The family that's supposed to be family, they're not. Just because a person is your family and your blood, that don't mean nothing. Family is not, you cannot sit up here and say family is bad. Family because we family. Family, what family? Some family is the worst. Like literally, I have stranger friends, that people that I've never met, that I would say that's a friend over a family member. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all watching this right now can 100% relate to that. You got to put you and your family. And when I say your family, the family that you call your family, if it's your friends, your homies, whoever you call family and friends, put y'all in y'all little circle, but put you first. Start putting yourself first. What do you want? What's important to you? It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. You don't owe nothing outside of no. Can you? No. Do? No. That's it. I used to feel guilty for saying no. Now I don't. I'm walking into 50. I promise y'all where I am today. Continue to watch this journey, because getting here today, listen, I'm not even going to shed a tear. I feel it trying to come. Y'all have no idea how much I have been through. And I'm so thankful for all of the losses, the betrayal, the everything, the pain, the grief, the hurt, everything that has molded me to be the strong woman that I am, that you're watching right now today. I am about to do a 180 on my life. And some of y'all that's watching this very video today, y'all gonna be like, y'all remember that girl, Nikki PinkkGoddess, also known as Coach Nick? Man, did you see what happened to her in 6 months? Blah, 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 blah. Because you know what? Once you truly tap into your power and you really realize how powerful you are and you are the power, nobody else, you and God. I don't know about some of y'all that I believe heavily in God. God, listen, if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for his mercy, his grace, his continued, like I literally lean into him, like literally. He has literally been my saving grace these last 10 months, baby. So I don't know if you're not heavy on God, you might not want to follow me because I talk about God a lot and I do it unapologetically. I know I'm one of his favorite children. I could sit here and tell you tons and tons and tons of stories about how he has changed my life, how staying faithful. And I feel so bad for those of you that cannot relate. I'm sorry. And we all have different lives. Like I was literally talking to somebody else the other day too about, let's talk about real quick, this medicine. I'm huge on herbal for the simple fact that I had a doctor one time prescribe me a medicine and they prescribed me another medicine. And had I not did my own due diligence, like at this time, I wasn't heavy into herbs like I am now. But when they prescribed me these two medicines, the good Lord said, go look the medicines up. I looked them up and they counteracted with each other. And it could have killed me. And when I went to the doctor, they were like, oh, well, I'm glad you looked that up. So just imagine, the pain that I felt when I had a friend who had a procedure. Like my pain was I resonated so deep with her because one of my friends had a procedure done, right? They went in for a typical medical procedure. They went in, I'll say they went in for a hysterectomy, right? And when they went in for this hysterectomy, their blood pressure shot up that day. And instead of those doctors saying, hey, we need to reschedule this surgery, what they did is they gave her some minoxidil, which is the active ingredient in Rogaine, right? And the only reason why she knows that that's what they gave her is because when they had her in wherever she was, when they was trying to get her blood pressure down, they came in and told her husband and her children that that's what they were administering to her, right? They gave her too much. Like a week or so after she left the hospital, this lady lost her kidney, y'all. And don't you know, they scrubbed her medical records and said that she was never given minoxidil. So there was nothing that could be done. And she battled for 12 years. 6 years, it took her 6 years to get a kidney. She was on dialysis. She was going through it, taking 40 to 60 pills a day. Like I literally watched my friend literally die. She died in September of last year due to this. Because guess what? The kidney that she got after 6 years, it had a pin-sized hole in it. And that's ultimately how she ended up passing away. And so even before all of this, like I said, my situation with them giving me two medicines that interacted with each other, I'm a herbal first type of person. But I also know what may work for my body, it may not work for yours. That's why you got to go do your own due diligence and your own research to see what works for your body. It be so many people on here on social media bashing people for trying things or saying this worked for me, this worked for me. You're not in that person's house. You don't know what that person did. You don't know if that really worked for them. How can you tell them what worked for them? Just because it worked for them, it don't mean it's going to work for you. But that's why you got to do your due diligence. Like you got to find out what is your blood type. Did you know that you really should be eating for your blood type? Like there's so many different things, but people be so quick to just throw out false information without doing their due diligence. And I shake my head every day on social media because people are they have like this sheep mentality. Like you just follow what everybody else, like you don't have no brain for yourself. And it is really, really sad. And I'm telling y'all right now, those of you that are still here watching, if it's anybody still watching, those of you that are looking to listen, in a minute, it's not going to be an option to have more money. You cannot save your way to more money. Let me tell you, this MacBook computer this is an iMac computer that I'm on right now. It is a iMac 27-inch. I got this computer in 2015. This computer in 2015 was $4,500. It's got 8 gigabyte. It's like a 4 gigahertz with i7 32 gigabyte memory. It's got a SSD. Like, it's a souped up computer, right? She's starting to give me a few problems, and I'm hoping she can hold on. But I went to look to see how much a new computer costs. Don't y'all know Apple? And I love Apple. I got Apple everything. I'm an Apple. I'm appled out, literally. And this isn't going to make me not be appled out, but it's just showing you the cost of living is going up, and it ain't nothing we can do about it but make more money. That is the only option. Make more money. You're not going, unless you got money to invest. Now, that is an option, but you do understand that investments are risky, right? I put my money in an investment in October. $522 I put into an investment October. It does not require me to recruit a single person. And today it is over $1,600, literally. So that is a $500 risk that I took, right? And I make money off of it every day. Every day my money grows. So right now I'm up to $20 a day. That is an investment. There's somebody that I know that put $10,000 into this same program, and they had $30,000. They put it in the summer of last year. And they're the whole reason why I actually went ahead and did it, because when I talked to them in October, they put 10,000 in, and they was getting ready to pull their 10,000 out, and they was at 30,000. So now they had over $20,000 working for them since October. So I don't know what they at today. I haven't reached out to them recently, but what I'm saying to you is, listen, you have got to invest. You have to do something to create more money. There's only so many hours in the day. You can't work 100 hours in a week. Like, literally, your body cannot sustain 100 hours in a week. It cannot. So you got to do something else to make money. And preferably, you want to do something where you wake up every month and your money is increasing without you doing minimal work. That's my goal. Let me tell you something. I woke up in January 2015, y'all. I could not move for 3 hours. Imagine you go to bed tonight and you wake up expecting to get out your bed. But when you go to get out your bed, you cannot move. You can't move your arms. You can't move nothing but your eyes. That's it. And you can't move your head, your arms, nothing. You are laying there. And I laid there in that bed, crying, talking to God, tears rolling down my face, just rolling down my face. If I would have had contacts on, it would have been over, because they would have probably rolled up in my eyes. But I don't sleep with my contacts on anyway. But I did not have my contacts on. But y'all, I laid there for 3 hours before I could move. And when I finally could move, I called my mom. She came and took me to the emergency room. And that was the start of me ending up having, that was in January of 2015. I ended up having to have back surgery in December of 2015. I mean, not back, neck. That was first. I had back surgery in December 23. But listen, going through what I'm going through health-wise right now, I was in a bad car accident in November 24. I had a back surgery unexpected in December of 23. I got a lot of stuff going on with my body. I have got to work on getting healthier, and I'm working on that. It is a process. It is a process that has been very challenging. But one thing that it has made me realize is there are so many people that literally take just things for granted. I know y'all probably take things for granted because I did it for so long. Like, you don't even take, I think we all take for granted the fact that we're going to just be able to get up in the morning and be like the way we are. Like, nobody really thinks that you're going to wake up and can't get out of bed, or you're going to wake up and your whole life is going to be changed. And for 3 months before I had my back surgery, for 3 whole months, I pretty much was bedbound. I literally had to have a thing in the shower. Like, it was bad, y'all. And so, and having gone through all of that, my biggest goal for me in 2026 is to create more passive money. I need more money. I don't want to start the month over at zero. When you work a job, you start the month over at zero. When you work a job and you go back and let's say the month of January is over, in February, you have no money. You got to work for that money. So if something happens to you before the end of that month, you're not going to have no money unless you got workman's comp, or unless you got, the short term. I forgot what it's called. I haven't worked in so long, but you know what I'm talking about, where you can, get your income for so many months. Did somebody say what it's called over here? No, but your income is going to be dramatically different. And if you are not in a financial position, who wants to go into their 401k for an emergency? You shouldn't have to go into your 401k. You should have a stack of money saved for emergencies. You should at least have 6 months reserved if anything happens to you to sustain you. Like a nurse account. For me, one of the biggest things that I'm working on now, and it's like huge for me, is I need to get a nurse account together. I don't want my kids to have to take care of me if something happens to me. I don't want my kids to be burdened. Like my grandmother, Lord rest her soul, I love her and I miss her. And we did not have any kind of like, oh, I want to take care of grandma. We all worked together. It was a few of us that pitched in and helped take care of my grandmother. But at the end of the day, the few of us that pitched in and did it, we made sure my grandma was good, right? But guess what? If my grandma would have had a nurse account, she would have been able to have a nurse to come in and we could have just oversaw and took turns. You see what I'm saying? Who wants to put that on their kids? Some people are selfish and they don't care. Just like with GoFundMe's for people who don't pay for life insurance. I've literally talked to people who say they're not going to pay for a life insurance. My family will figure it out. That is one of the most selfish things I've ever heard in my entire life. Everybody should have life insurance. You should, if you got kids, you need it on you, your kids. And if you got grandkids, you need it on your grandkids too. Literally. Like you should not be having to put up GoFundMe's to bury loved ones when y'all be out here traveling outside, taking trips, buying all these expensive, name brand clothes and all of this, taking all these trips, but you ain't got no life insurance policy. Something happens and the next thing you know, you got to see a GoFundMe. Like what sense is that? Like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like if people really sat down and said, you know what? Let me get my life together. I have learned so much in these last 2 years that I wish I would have knew in my 20s. I wish I would have knew about a IUL, life insurance policy. I wish I would have knew about trust, all of those different things. They don't talk to us about that. Literally, they don't. We got to go figure this out. And then by the time we figure it out, it's like we got to work 3 times as hard to get caught up. And sometimes it may be impossible to get caught all the way up. Like I could keep going and going and going. Like literally, y'all, I am building out a community. It has been a lot to put this together. And like I said, when I first started this out, I understand why so many people are struggling to create income. Because baby, it is a lot of steps. If you got a business right now and you are watching this and you are not collecting email addresses and you're not emailing the people who have been looking at you, not even the people that's been spent money with you, but the people that have been looking at working with you, you should be emailing them at least 2 times a week at a minimum. Like y'all are leaving so much money on the table. What happens if social media goes down and all we have is the ability to email people? Do you have an email list? Do you know that there are people right now that literally have hundreds of thousands of people on their email list, and all they got to do is send an email and they made thousands of dollars. Every time they send an email, they make thousands of dollars. Did y'all know that? Like, it's so much, y'all. Listen. I'm building a community. It is called Freedom for Life Club because the objective is to have freedom for life. Like that is my overall objective. My definition of freedom and your definition of freedom is totally different. My definition of financial freedom and yours is totally different. Whatever time and financial freedom looks like for you, that should be what your objective is. Literally, because I'm telling y'all, the cost of everything is going up. I don't even think I finished telling y'all about this computer real quick. I priced out the computer to get Apple. That's what, look, see, listen, y'all, I have so much stuff that I want to talk about. These lives are going to be more frequent. I am literally about to get on here and we about to just have some discussions. I'm about to really just get out of my own way and let's get to this bag. I want to show y'all how to make some real money because at the end of the day, if you are watching this, if you are scrolling on your phone every single day, sharing reels, and you can make money on social media, literally. And then we got AI now. AI makes it even easier. But back to the cost of living with this Apple thing, like when I'm talking about the increasing of costs, I think, I don't remember what I said. I didn't say it so much, but I know I didn't tell you guys that I paid 44 whatever hundred for this iMac, right? I went and priced it out today. Don't y'all know that Apple does not even have the iMac 27 standard anymore? The standard for them is the iMac 24 inch. I don't want a 24 inch. I want a 27 inch. So now in order to get the 27-inch, what you got to do is buy the little, whatever that little box is. I think it's called a studio something. I think that's what it's called. But whatever, it's like a little computer box, I guess. And you got to buy the monitor separate. The monitor is $2,000. And the box is like $3,000 or $4,000 to get it the way that I want it. So we're talking $6,500 to get it the way that I need. That is double almost. Yes, we're talking 10 years, but at the same time, listen, we're talking about everything is going up. Like literally, I went in the grocery store today, I spent $50 and I'm like, I ain't even get nothing. You go out to eat, it's $20. $20 for one person, like literally 17, and with your tips, $22, $23 to go out to eat. Fast food, $15. What? Literally, I'm sick of eating out because every time I eat out, they do my food wrong. So you know what? I said, Lord, you're trying to tell me to eat more at home and cook and get in this kitchen. I don't want to cook like that. But I guess y'all leaving me no choice because I'm tired of spending $20, $40, $50 and y'all doing my food wrong. But then on top of that, we don't know what kind of quality of meat and all of that. Like all of this stuff matters, man. Y'all do realize all of these diseases, it really starts in the gut. And if you look at how they're doing this food, a lot of the foods that we here in America we eat on a day-to-day basis, they're not even allowed in other countries. What does that tell you? Y'all better get y'all research on, man. Literally, get to researching. When you know better, you gotta do better. You're obligated to do better when you know better. So I want to leave this with you guys in saying, I am going to do a class. I'm going to do I done lost my train of thought, y'all. I done said so much stuff. Let me go to my notes over here. Don't y'all laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. What's up? TikTok finally gave me a couple viewers. Y'all, what's up? Listen, y'all. I am building. Let me find where it's at. I done said so much, y'all. I hope y'all got some value out of this. I can go on and on and on and on. I'm so excited to be back, though. I also, like I said, a lot of people are talking about these courses, and they're like, I don't want to buy, why should I buy a course? If you buy the right course and you go through it, see, a lot of people buy the courses and they don't go through the information, or they skim through the information and they don't really go through the information. So if you are purchasing the right course, you got the course that I am going to be recommending. It is $487. The lady who created the course, she's made over $6 million, y'all, since 2023. That's in a little over 2 years. $6 million from this course. So I would venture to say that the course has some very valuable stuff in it, right? So in this boot camp, we're going to be going over stuff in this boot camp. I'm also, even if you don't have the ability to purchase the 487, but I definitely highly recommend that you do, because a lot of the things that we're going to be going over in the course will be on that. However, if you are on a budget and you're not able to, the class is still going to be valuable. It's actually going to be a boot camp, by the way. So I charge it to that. Hold up, y'all. What is the name of this daggone boot camp? Y'all. That's why I got so much stuff on my computer. So it's called, where is it? Come on. Y'all, what's really happening right now? I wish I had that. It is called, too bad I can't edit this to cut this little dead silence out. If y'all are still watching and you are on YouTube, fast forward it. And I know Facebook, they just really started this feature where you can literally fast forward videos, and I absolutely love it. I watch all of my videos fast. Stack from Scratch Bootcamp. that is what we are doing. We're going to stack from scratch. So if you are a beginner, you are brand new, you don't know what you're doing, you're trying to figure it out, you're going to want to come to my boot camp because TikTok ain't even showing me no people. I can't see who over here on my YouTube and Facebook. It's not showing me nothing. It doesn't look like I have any viewers on here, but it's all good. And if I do have any viewers, if there is anybody that has tuned in throughout this, I do appreciate you. But this year, I am literally stepping out of my comfort zone and, getting back into this space of creating income, teaching, showing you guys how to create this money, because we gotta work together. We gotta band together. We gotta create more money. There is no other way. If you are not in a position to where you have money that you can invest, or you have money to where you can go and do real estate, and that's even risky, doing like wholesaling real estate, like you can create income online without a risk like that. But if you don't have a way to do stocks or any of that kind of stuff, and again, that's all risk. Like, you got to have the money to do investing. If you have limited funds, I'm going to be teaching you how to use social media to create income. And it is not as hard as you think. However, that's why I'm doing a boot camp, so that you can actually go through it and do it with me. I can answer questions. I can show you, you're going to get access to, exactly the different ways. There's different ways that you can create income. You got so many different ways that you can create income. So we're going to touch on all of that inside of the boot camp. So, yeah. So if you're still watching, I thank you. And I look forward to seeing you on the next live. Of course, you already know, if you got any questions, if it's anything you want to talk about, you know how to reach me. You can leave a comment on this video wherever you're seeing it, or message me. You got my information. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video, the next live. And I thank you for watching. It's your girl, Nikki PinkkGoddess, also known as Coach Nick, signing out. Peace.